And that should be fun. It sounds like he's ready to go, so I'm going to go turn on my audio and we will introduce him. Hello.
Yes. Looks like he is now in voice chat.
I is.
Hellcat, everyone.
Hello. Upik for people on my side.
Hello. And Hellcat for my side. Oh, hold on. Oh.
What?
One of those, like, best viewers on... It's like, no.
Are they offering you goods and services?
Uh...
There we go. Okay, get the dice out of the way so I'm not playing around with it. My 100 Kingdoms Baron dice finally came in, so...
That's good.
And also... Them there. Also this boyo finally came in. Fish Sidious.
Oh my, hold on. Game was, like, loud.
Your game is loud.
Yeah. All right.
Fish Sidious.
So yeah. Hellcat and I tend to do a podcast time to time under his YouTube channel called Nerd and a Weeb Walk Into a Bar. I say my real name, he says his real name, but with this we'll be saying our online names just for, like, privacy purposes. Concept of this, I thought of it years ago. We do podcasts about conventions, games, and all that. And yeah, this one was, I think the last time we did this was, like, what? Odafest even?
Yeah.
Because, like, we haven't done it for Animathon, and we haven't done it for the recent one either, so...
Yeah.
Oh, wait, music on my end. Turb, hold on.
Fish Sidious.
Or do we want to do music on my end this time?
That's up to you. I'm going to be turning
Yeah,
off my music, or at least setting it really low for the podcast section.
Okay.
That's all just one piece.
Did you say...
Silence.
Anyway, but yeah, we haven't done this in months. Maybe we should do the game inside first. And that's your department.
Like the gaming news? Well, I was just going to kind of reference what's been going on and stuff. So.
Okay, because, like, since, again, we were planning to do this since after Animathon, but we haven't.
Yeah. So I guess I'll go over the news then. If I can not get distracted in my own head. So, things have been going on in the gaming world, VTuber world, all that stuff. First off, Iron Mouse has hit 400k, 400k subscribers, being the #1 subscribed on all of Twitch. That was a big thing that happened.
Yeah,
on other news, Bolt Action 3rd Edition just came out. So, and that's been heckin' cool. What else has happened? The community in Commander for Magic the Gathering has been in a civil unrest, or civil war, some may say, with stuff going on. Pal World...
And then Dusk...
What was that?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I was going to say the Duskborn releases.
Yeah, Duskborn releases. Don't think there's
and then
too
you
much.
said Pal World.
Yeah, I don't think there's too much in Warhammer. Pal World got bought by Sony. So now that's their Pokemon.
Oh my.
Yeah. I'm currently doing a secret project for a friendo for their Christmas Thanksgiving gift. And then
Noise.
yeah, what else has happened recently?
I mean, there was the preview roadmap of 40K, but I
Yeah.
mean, like, it wasn't really much of a roadmap to begin
Yeah, the
with.
previews on that. The Bolt Action Army books got previewed. Without going into politics, you know, it's pretty huge. A dude, you know, Trump got attempted twice. And of course, AK Jesus, you know who he is, Brendan Herrera, has done videos on it, explaining how that went. So that was kind of funny. But, you know, subject wasn't funny, but his video was funny. Then, what else has happened, really? Oh, TwitchCon. Yeah, that was a huge, huge thing that I just learned about yesterday. Was apparently there's allegations of, whatchamacallit, of potential abuse, assault, and druggings.
Oh, weird.
Oh yeah.
Because we know somebody, Sup Birdie, and he would have mentioned something, maybe.
This is
He's
mostly
a chill guy.
Yeah.
But it's mostly someone else.
It was mostly with the VTuber stuff.
Oh, okay.
A lot of the females going.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yep. Apparently it was a major disaster. But that's really it. Besides, I've also just learned that Alan Wake is getting DLC this month / next month.
Oh, interesting.
But that's it.
Yeah. And then I think with that being it, maybe I should start doing my side. Started kicking things off with the August part of Animathon. It was being like, let me see, it's literally first day of October of the stream / recording. Let me see, like, hold on. I'm going to have to figure out the math on this. 2 months ago from August 1st. Let me see. Totally not looking at my computer's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so 7, 49, 50, 53 days ago since Animathon, the first day. But then recent was, I mean, or, yeah, well, you already saw it in his channel, Edmonton Expo.
Yeah.
And which video? This was like, what, 22, 23?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that, yeah. Of course, you can't go wrong with Animathon without Roadhog. But a little bit of a difference for the Edmonton Expo, specifically on the Sunday. This might catch some of you off guard. I went as Roadhog as Friday and Saturday, but not Sunday. I went as someone completely different this time. A dwarf who likes to cook. He likes to cook in dungeons. For those who don't know, I went as Senshi from in Dungeon Meshi, or Delicious in Dungeon, whichever one you prefer calling it. But yeah, those were my cosplays of the conventions.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you go and see any artists or voice actors or stuff like that?
You can't go wrong without a convention with good old Birdie. Well, at least for one of them. As mentioned, he went to TwitchCon, so I couldn't see him at the Edmonton Expo.
Brandon, it's $300 to go to TwitchCon for the whole weekend.
Yeah.
But again, your ticket to get there for the 3-day weekend is basically a VIP guest pass to go see people because they're walking around.
Without a doubt. That would be nice to go to one year.
It would be cool.
But yeah, Um, Roadhog most of the time, and then Senshi at Edmonton Expo. But no, I didn't see any VAs because there was no one really to see. Well, for my end. If there was like any Overwatch voice actors, then I would have. I didn't. I know Phil Lamar was at the expo, but I didn't want to see him. I wanted to, but at the same time, it's like I know him for so few. For those who don't know, Phil Lamar is Hermes' comrade from Futurama. Who else? The Green Lantern from Justice League Unlimited franchise from like early to mid 2000s. But yeah, plenty of shopping. You can't go wrong with some shopping. I did some spending.
Some spending.
Spending. Yeah. And then as of this stream/recording, it is another 207, 206, 205 more days until the next expo. Or if we want to kind of talk about it, another 107 until LVO 25?
You could.
Actually, yeah, that's a good topic. For those who don't know, I went to LVO 24 this year, to the friendlies as Drukari, but recently my Drukari performance has to be doing well, so I'm going to be doing Space Marines lately I've been doing them, so I'm going to play as them at LVO 25.
I see.
Planning to do more, like probably Rocky Mountain Open, Bay Area Open, SoCal. Was thinking Adepticon to begin with, but then I looked at it, it's like, nah, not really my forte. But yeah, really enjoyed being a Senshi this time instead of just my usual Roadhog. Plenty of people take more photos of Senshi than Roadhog this time, which makes sense because how the anime has been like performing very well on Netflix. Actually, that's something to probably bring up upon.
What?
Another series might come on to Netflix this Friday or Saturday, actually.
Oh, the Digital Circus?
Yeah.
Yep.
Not promoted, by the way. Not promoted.
Yeah, indie
Or
developers
not
are starting to get power now in the animation industry. So instead of them being bought by companies and stuff, they're now just like hosting them. So they're still available on YouTube. They're just going to be streaming alongside with Netflix.
Yeah. And we are not sponsored, by the way. just to clarify.
Well, the YouTube video would have a notification if it is sponsored by a certain thing.
Right. Speaking about not sponsored, maybe we should talk about today's food, because that is what we usually do on our podcasts.
Oh yeah, you usually talk about drinking something.
Yeah, so today I decided to have a bit of a mixed drink called Bee's Knees. A little bit sour, but not too bad. And then, again, not sponsored. We just decided to head over to McDonald's. Again, not sponsored. But yeah, this bee's knees was very good. Very sour though.
El Sour.
Yeah. I'm still smacking my lips thinking about it. Let's see. Of course, I decided to enter the cosplay contest at both conventions. Didn't win, but still had fun, as I usually do.
Good.
Just seeing all those happy faces, seeing like the much effort put into those cosplays, like, my goodness.
There. Boo boo.
Just see something.
So what's your do you have an opinion yet on new D&D?
I never play. I didn't see any of the stuff, but I never heard stuff either.
That's because a lot of people ain't playing it.
I mean, true. I want to get into it, but with me being like distracted with like Warhammer tournaments, conventions, this sometimes it's like, ugh. And it wasn't like not too long ago since we got introduced from 5th edition either.
That's actually, I think it's 5th edition was the longest running edition that they've made.
Seriously, 5th? No, because I remember within the past decade, it got released.
Yeah, it was 2014. It was 10
There's
years.
no way. There's no way editions before that were shorter than 5th.
Potentially 2nd edition maybe, but I'm pretty sure that the changes between 3rd to 4th edition was not like console length. I think it was like maybe 8 years max.
Wow.
Yeah. Which leads me, I guess, to a topic I could talk about is getting others to play. And before I do this sentence, because there's people that I know who will watch and they'll say like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that." This has nothing to do with them, and this is entirely just a fact from my past. But the idea of trying to get other people to try different games than the just mainstream ones like 40K and D&D, and also being a forever DM basically, and what that's like versus being like a forever player and stuff like that. And I guess also like, the strains and putting of effort into gaming and like how much is too much sort of idea. Like, where do you balance time and how do you say no to people and stuff?
Okay.
So I find I'm on that end, especially since you're the 40K player of the group. I'm the everything else gamer. It's really hard
40K.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
You were saying?
40K, a little bit of AOS, like a little bit Commander. So yeah, the mainstream part.
Yeah, you're the mainstream gamers, whereas I'm the competition
the AD.
gamer. Yeah. Yeah, like So you have like the side of the gamer, and I have the side of the game runner. So it's like,
Yeah.
how do you go about dealing with stuff and when to say no? Because my issue is, I always find that people want to play games, but no one ever want to invest in those games. And your stuff usually ends up getting worn out before you ever actually get to use it.
Well, I mean, you're encouraging others about the soon-to-be Apex game.
Yeah. See, that's a board game, though. That's a little bit different.
Yeah, but you're still encouraging. It's still under the mainstream.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm talking more like you, like, say if the rules were reversed. Like, you just got 10th edition Warhammer. You were trying to get, like, me and your other friends into Warhammer. And you got your starter box. You're going to build the models. You're going to read the rules. And for the next 5 months, it's basically your friends borrowing your army and your rule book, and you kind of like stepping them through games. So you're not really playing actual games, you're playing a lot of beginner games. By the time you're done it and they finally decide to either buy their own little starter box or they don't buy it, your rule book is now like used and you didn't even really get to sit down and read it.
Right, I see.
So it's like, where do you find the balance between letting people use your stuff and when to say, all right, buddy, you got to buy your own stuff?
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
It's like, on one hand, you want your friends to play with you because they're your friends, but on the other hand, you know, you're playing a game with very expensive toy soldiers that you put
just
time
hearing
into.
about that.
Yeah, like that
Right.
one incident with a friend who got a model on release night, painted it up, and then some kid dropped it. Like,
Just for some kid to drop it. We know you're not watching this, but if you know who you are, we're sorry. All right, time to go back to the books, literally.
so, what's your view on that?
Yeah, I could see where you're coming from. It's like you put time and effort spending money onto all this stuff just to be like, oh, it's slightly used because you guys are borrowing it more than once. Like, yeah. At the same time, it's a good... I don't know. You're being friendly, but at the same time, you kind of have that feeling. It's like, I don't...
I guess on the other side too, because I've done it for a job. The when you like cutting people off from just coming in and just using the store army and never buying anything.
Yeah. I'm going to have to be right back. I got a text from my mom, and I know she would be like over texting me, so I'm going to be on a quick break. Sorry about this, everyone.
He's BRBing, so I guess it's just you and me, guys. So I'm going to turn up the music a bit. There we go. You guys can enjoy some fantasy music in the background. But yeah, so that's kind of like my thought. How do you do that? That's kind of my question to the community. One is enough is enough. And I guess I can kind of speak with experience. My case, every case is going to be unique, but I know the person with current situation with this is kind of understandable of why he can't, and his is not the issue. His is understandable. I've accepted. I agreed to the terms. I'm the one in the end lending this stuff out, and always happy to help them to play games. But this has been going on for a long time with other people, and having to always lend out my stuff. It's at the point where I buy a new rulebook, I buy a codex, I buy a model, and it's basically I get the box, bring it to our meeting spot. I crack it open, throw it at the table, and step back so that everyone just dogpiles each other to look at it, because everybody wants the rules, but no one wants to buy the rules. And I think this kind of leads into another problem with current wargaming. A lot of games, things like one-page rules, Conquest, even Star Wars Legion, is kind of like fixing those issues with allowing free resource accessibility. And even with D&D, for the longest time, we had like, you know, D20 or WD20, whatever that website's called, with all the information, or Roll20 had information. But a lot of the bigger games like Warhammer, especially with their price stuff, has that paywall still, and it's even worse nowadays. So how do you deal with saying no and stuff, and when is enough? And that's kind of like a topic I've been thinking about for a while, and it's something to say. You need to know when to say no. And the old adjective or saying is, and this can kind of apply to this too, is no D&D is better than bad D&D. And this can be applied to this situation in the sense of no wargaming is better than sad wargaming. You're doing this to kind of zen out from life, to get away from your struggles, you know, have fun with friends, do something artistic and physical while, you know, still playing a game. And of course you spend a lot of money on this stuff. And just to see it be used by people, and this is a thing I see especially around here, so everyone's mileage may vary, but oh, there's an actual section now for that. I will have to I will check that out and switch it. Thank you for letting me know. I will take a moment to switch that, but we're also kind of doing a podcast, but I guess that works as I'm painting minis. So thank you for letting me know about that.
Back. Sorry about that, folks.
But anyways, yeah, so it's kind of like knowing when to say, you know, knowing when to say no. And you might, lose people because they're no longer able to borrow your stuff. But, you know, your stuff comes first. You spend a lot of time on it, and you're excited just as much as they are.
Story.
So, yeah, I'm going to go unmute myself now, turn down the volume. I'll go switch my title over to that section. And, yeah.
What?
So we will BRB with that. Let me turn down the music. Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Apparently there is a Twitch section now for miniature painting.
Oh. What do you know?
Yeah. So I'm currently in the middle of switching over to that tab.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, just me, Mom, Colin, and all that.
I can spell, I swear. What did they call it?
Poor NBC.
There it is. Pulp. Oh, there you go. Would you look at that?
Uh-huh.
There we go. Cool. Oh, I switched over the thingamajig.
Gotcha.
Thingamajig. So we're there. But yeah, I was just kind of talking about my topic to the chat. On my end, at least. Which reminded me that there is a game that just came out on Friday. There's a few games that came out that I'm actually pretty interested in. But
oh yeah?
one that had me reliving my past, which was TCG Shop Simulator.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently a few people I know have picked that up.
I know our one friend Rocky has.
Yeah. Apparently it's going to have, because it's in early access right now, but it's going to have its own, the game that you sell in the game is going to have playability to it in multiplayer matches and stuff. So
Just for selling cards.
well, yeah, because it's supposed to simulate an actual like card shop.
Okay.
So you sell and buy packs, run a store, open packs for singles. Hopefully they'll introduce a trade-in system.
Gotcha.
And then of course, yeah, you run tournaments, collect those cards, and you'll be able to play with those cards.
Wow.
And then Zookosis came out,
Oh yeah, that game.
which I was actually pretty excited for.
I mean, there is another game that you were excited for, which you have been playing for a good amount of time.
Yeah, I was excited for this game, but like the one, yeah, Space Marine 2 I think was my most hyped video game for this year.
Oh yeah, you and everyone else. But Small, you do White Scars and Spirits. Yeah, but I get so distracted with everything else.
It
Like,
is
when was the last time I did Pokemon? When was the last time I did Kingdom Hearts? Like, these are actual questions, by the way.
a long time. But yeah, it is fine not to be on the hottest trends and just stick with what you like. Too much stuff, you won't get anything done.
Dark type. Sorry, I think I got something in my throat. I'm sorry, Hellcat. Hellcat?
People still play Dark Tide. They have a new update actually that came out that looks pretty good. Get some of that off the blue.
Also, to you viewers out there, I'm sorry. It's just when that game was coming out a couple years ago, Hellcat and our other friends were hyping me up. Next thing I know, like months after, I haven't seen everybody touch it. It's like, and you were the guys who were hyping me up about it.
Yeah, that was a game that was cool in theory, but then just like didn't know what it wanted to do with itself, and it was very limited compared to people are going off, Vermintide 2. But now it's actually pretty decent. But it still has that issue if you don't have an SSD. It takes you like 10 minutes to load into the menu.
Yeah.
It's too watery, Too watery.
Oh, speaking about watery, GW announced something earlier today.
Oh, what?
And it is atrocious. Hold on. I'm going to send it to you through DM. Also, our friend hasn't responded back yet about the picture I sent him.
He's probably busy.
Anyway, check Discord right now.
I will. Give me a second. Get this paint on before it dries up. And on there. There you go.
I should feed my puppers. My puppers has been fed.
The doggo has been fed.
Yes.
There we go. Hi, Kato Sicarius. La phone. La phone.
Oh, you're not using your Discord through computer?
No, I don't want to risk the monitor.
Uh,
I have my camera up. Where are you? The fuck is that? Is it a pin?
No, it's the water paint. It's water paint pot.
Was that from April Fools?
No, that was earlier today.
The fuck? For those who don't know, this is what I'm looking at here. The fuck is this? The fuck is that? Why? Here you go, my reaction right now.
Yeah, it's a paint pothole. It's water, like, you know, when you do palettes of like water painting and all that.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Oh, is it supposed to be for like contrast and speed paints?
No, hold on. Let me show you the original post through Facebook Messenger.
I'm not computing.
Oh. Of course you are. Nobody is. Photos.
What is?
Hold on, no. Let's try front. Here we go. There, that should help you.
Alright. I still cannot compute this.
Oh my god.
Where is this? Servo Skull painting palette. Let me get away from me, Reddit. Be gone, thought. Where is... There's... Where? I just want to see the post. Let me just see the post. Do I know what a damn JPEG is? I tell you what.
The link should be there.
There you go. So this is from their official Facebook post. Have you ever dreamed of having a servo skull of your own to make things easier with a paint palette emoji? And then somebody said, alright, I'm sold. I'll get one. Like, why? What's the point of this?
I don't know.
Now I'm gonna look this up on frickin' Reddit. So, Reddit. So we're gonna read what this says here. We're gonna take a break. So, the new Servo Skull painting palette is your latest weapon in the war against the gray plastic. So I'm guessing, so it's gonna have the little dents and stuff in it is for your different colors, your washes, your shades and stuff. And then you just use the rest of the surface on the skull for the normal acrylics. But the People are saying it's cool, yeah, practical, absolutely not. Fits the 40k aesthetic then. That was my thought. This is a cool piece of plastic, but it's completely impractical. I mean, you can use pretty much anything plastic as an effective dry palette, to be sure. Hence this monstrosity. This silicone popper things that are children play toys are actually the best dry palettes. That is true. That's all though. I love using plastic quail egg curtains. Yeah, that works. Just use the same one. The paint dries hard enough to get noticeable mixes. There you go. Yeah, so it's people saying it fits the Warhammer aesthetic because it looks cool but is useless. And everyone's just like, use those ADHD pimple popper thingies that they have for kids.
You know, to me, it looks like a Halloween mask that you could get for a kid.
It
like an actual kid.
Leave it to Games Workshop to make something that's useful if it was like 5 years ago, but yet something that the design team thinks is useful and what people would actually use. They're just like, yeah, nah, fam. There's a really good interview. There's a person, the guy, you know, Peachy, the guy who took over for Duncan. He has a podcast after he left. And they had the dude who's been the product designer in one of the paint team guys at Games Workshop for a long time on his podcast. And they were talking about how they go about designing stuff. And it was kind of actually informal to learn like the thoughts behind it. Seems like the people, even in like modern day, who are making stuff were actually kind of still sound-minded. And he was like, yeah, we had ideas for like paint drying stuff and all this other cool things, but they didn't accept the design. And I was like, bruh, if you had that stuff nowadays, it would sell because that's still stuff that people can use. It would be themed, it would be small and compact, and you could sell it for lots of money and people would still buy it.
Yeah.
But then they go and make that stupid palette. This is bruh. I took psychic damage looking at that thing. It's just like reading about how the D&D people were shitting on Gary Gygax and his team for like just shoving his name through the dirt, even though that was never the case of the accusations they made. And then they released a model for some anniversary, like I think 50 years of D&D. They released a collectible model of the fighter barbarian, whatever, on the first cover of the was it the original OG starter box, or no, it was all the red box, the original like modern day starter box for RPGs. Okay. And the guy who made it, a very, very, very famous fantasy artist, drew a character. The idea behind the art is, if you haven't seen it for anyone listening, is it's a classic Western dragon in this sort of like bottom of a wizard's tower, about to blow fire at what looks like to be a barbarian fighter-esque character. It's very generic, you know, shield, sword, helmet. And the idea behind it was for kids who are picking up stuff, they could put themselves into that character. It was very ominous enough to be generic person that anybody could kind of fill it. But the person drew it in a design of a more masculine character. And then when D&D came out after all this stuff, Gary Gygax, you know, modern day, the OGL scandal, they made it, shit-talked the guy who did the original art for back in the day of D&D, including that art piece, and released it saying that it was a lady, and showed a whole front part, and was like, the first time you see her, like, fully front, and whatever stupid politics you want to get into. But that made the dude who wrote it very angry, which then they kind of, like, was like, okay, boomer, shut up, liberal, whatever, or conservative. And they just went off the shark with this thing. So it was just like, man, like, way to disrespect the art and the artist who made D&D. Good job, Wizards. Like, the dude wasn't even, like, mad that they changed made the character like that. He was more like, my art was a specific way, and it's very easy to tell what that art, like, because they were saying, like, no one knew what it was because it was supposed to be generic. He's like, but everybody kind of knew what it was supposed to be. And if it wasn't for them, like, you know, calling him names and stuff and kind of yelling at him on Twitter, he wouldn't have had a problem with it.
Yeah. Another one of those people's like, more views, like, no. Which is unfortunate because, like, my chat box says if you were to do any of those promotions, straight up ban.
Yeah, well, they're probably just bots.
Even then.
There you go. Bop.
I remember seeing somewhere some time ago, within the past few months, that there was a reel, and said reel showed the original D&D. There was like one of the dice that was an original from first year. I think it was like D4, I think.
Well, all the dice were from back then that we still use today. Just back
No, there was one, because with, like, I think original D&D, it was like a pet. Oh, hold on, I'm going to have to.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the original D&D uses the same dice that we use nowadays, but because of the technology of the day, the dice wasn't rounded. So because how they make dice nowadays, they pre-paint the numbers, and that rounds the edges because the machine kind of shaves off from it rotating. Back in the day, they never had the machines to do that because they were so small that they would make them in molds and cut them out, and they would send you a crayon so that you would color in the numbers yourself. So the original starter set actually came with, like, some of the best rolling dice you'll ever find, and it came with a crayon that you would color into the numbers.
Oh yeah, and it was the D10s that weren't part of the original set.
Yeah, you'd only get one D10. You wouldn't get a D100, like the 10s.
No,
number.
it was D20, D6, D4, D12, and D8.
No D10s?
No D10s.
Interest. Oh, that would explain why my set's missing a D10. I have a set of those OG dice.
Yeah. But, like, first edition, there were no D10s, like, at all.
At least not in the starter set. Well, that actually would make sense, because the starter set only had, like, a fighter and a wizard, like the basic 4. The barbarian was like a D10.
So it wasn't until, like, years later until they introduced the D10.
Interesting.
Yeah. Also, this is still Nerded and we walk into a bar. We haven't given up on the podcast. We're just talking about stuff.
Yeah, we don't really have a... normally we have a topic we want to talk about. Like, we'll do what we're drinking, what we're eating, news and updates on our sites that we're into, and then we usually go into a topic, sometimes have a guest. But because I am focusing to finish this project quickly so I can start the other one, we're kind of just talking right now. So it's mostly just...
Not only that, we just, like, practically finished today's topics.
Yeah, there was not much in news on our sides for things that you guys probably don't already know.
Yeah, like me going to both conventions, me cosplaying is cosplay.
These models are nice, but they have such detail. There is something to say about classic hand-sculpted models. There's enough detail on them to look nice and to get the point across of what they are, but it's not just overloaded in details, like digital design ones, where they're just like throw all the little detail on everything because we can.
Okay.
Or in Sisters of Battle, really bad for that. And Age of Sigmar, all the models that were made for Sigmar suffered from main HQ model syndrome, as I call it.
Not going to lie. This girl from the story, because you don't play as yourself in these stories.
Yeah, you
This
play.
girl could like kick ass.
I'd hope so.
She's a gardener and she can attack very well.
Just don't be a cabbage in front of her. Get decimated. Okay, well that's the Now it's on to the boots. The boots and the leathers. They do have fur.
I think today's highlight of today's podcast had to do with
The
Hellcat's reaction
frickin'
of
palette. Why? Why they make the palette? Why they do this?
Show them a recap of what I sent you for whoever new is joining in.
You can on your end, but TLDR is Games Workshop finally released a dry palette, and it's a servo skull cutout, but it's clearly obvious it's supposed to be used for like their contrast paints and their shades and stuff. And it's just like, man, or you could just buy a wet palette, you know, or use a CD. Like, bruh. It's the most... Unless that thing is kind of like silicone so you can pop it. Like, unless it's that on certain parts, it's very pointless to have that thing. You just buy a freaking dry palette from Michael's for $2. Or have you seen their new tools?
Kinda?
They're weird. Very expensive for what they are. Like, the old copper or like magenta red and stainless steel tools were better. But the what is it? The hobby knife is actually really good for it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's actually got little like thumb rest on it, so it protects your fingers from the blade. It's weighted nicely.
Gotcha.
Okay. And for the hair. Boop. There we go. Yeah, it's doing the thing again where it looks darker on the screen than it does in actual real life.
The fact that you thought it was an April Fool's post.
Well, it kind of looks like it
Just for
without context.
It looked without context. It did, but no, it's official.
So dumb.
To anyone who watches any of our streams, his or mine, please clip that.
I finally opened my window. Are they done doing outside stuff?
I mean, it is like what? Good time in evening. They should be done.
Okay, I think that's... I'll do this in this color, actually. Boop, 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 boop.
Minimize that.
There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna open my window. It's freaking hot in here. And I cannot take off all my clothes.
OnlyFans account. I'm joking. I'm
We
joking.
save getting naked on for Rumble. Or Kick, or whatever that degenerate Logan Paul site was. About my camera. Anywho. Back to it. Huck to a. This paint kinda sucks. But it's a good color, but it kinda sucks.
Oh, cutscene.
Boop, 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 boop. So many bands in the hair. This would take dry brushing pretty well. What are you working yourself up for, computer? My name is Mr. Wilson. I'm here to say, I'm gonna smack your ass in a major way. Ugh.
Oh. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh, just cutscene going on.
Talking about oh dear. How is 10th edition of Warhammer treating you?
Here and there. You can get into tournaments lately. Practicing for LVO 25. Sticking with White Scars for a bit. Waiting for Drukhari Codex to drop.
What is your favorite edition of Warhammer that you've played?
Okay. I might want to say sixth, just because they had that interesting mechanic where flyers was here, there, and everywhere.
You mean like just basics? You don't mean like 6th, 7th?
Well, okay. Seventh was interesting as well.
7 was just 6.5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say my favorite edition of Warhammer was 8th edition.
Okay.
I liked that they made all the rules kind of like on the character. Like, they made it very user-friendly in the original start.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, vehicles now actually had multiple wounds instead of just being obliterated turn 1.
Oh, yeah.
Though I did not like the idea that everything can hurt everything.
Yeah.
Because that removes some tacticalness to the game.
Right.
But besides that, the having power value, especially for sisters, the rules and stuff for them was awesome. They were redoing other lines of models, other books were getting cool rules. The stratagems were a huge problem in my opinion. And that was really it. Besides that, I liked 8th edition.
Okay.
Then for Sigmar, I think my favorite edition was 2nd.
Ah.
But a lot of people like 4th edition Sigmar apparently, especially Spearhead.
What? No, it just released 3rd. Did it not?
Oh, it's 4th edition now.
Skaven's 4th? Oh yeah, because 3rd is the Dominion. Yeah, you're right.
I told my opinion on what I think about 1st edition and like Sigmar and stuff, and people were like, "Meh, 4th edition is God." And you're like, okay, Copium, play some other games.
To anyone new, my name's Small Oakpeak, in other words, Small Snowy Owl. I enjoy shiny hunting, tabletop games, trading card games, and much more. Today, I'm doing our usual podcast with my good friend Hellcat_YouTube.
Hello.
I'm
being
usually
an old...
when it comes up, yeah.
I was saying I'm being an old man and ranting about how people who are purists in Games Workshop games and stuff like that are boomers.
Yeah.
You were saying.
As for me, I'm just doing Maple Story, and that whenever we do our podcasts, we just do recaps and all that, or talk about current stuff, like Servo Skull wet pallets.
It's not even a wet pallet; it's a dry pallet. It's worse.
And I am so close to being affiliated.
Nice.
I just need another 1.54 viewers to max out.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm just painting this hair off to the side because I need to see behind her shoulders.
What is this story? One thing I remember, I was just a gardener. All of a sudden, just havoc is happening.
It's a Japanese chibi game. A gardener will become a god.
Here's the thing. Maple Story was originally Korean.
Well, Korean, yeah. It's an Asian MMO.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Wilden.
Aw, not the garden. Anything but.
The gardener must garden.
Oh, the garden got destroyed.
My cabbages.
I think out of all of these stories that I'm currently playing, the saddest would have to be the one that I played yesterday.
With the princess.
Yeah, with the prince and like the knight protecting the prince over and over and over and over. It's like, no.
You're freaking just watching your side of it. Just all these people like, oh no, what could have happened? Who could have destroyed this thing in front of us? And it's just the end of the world, and you're just standing there freaking looking like a baller and like a god, and you're just like, just standing there stern faced watching everything go down when you basically have the power to stop everything.
Yeah.
The power creep on your character.
Yeah. Did it help with the fact, like, in that story, it was an illusion spell the entire time that centuries passed. One of the members is like, what's my mission? And me, but not me, told him like to kill your former members, which he did, in which during of which the mage of that group was like going crazy that she was accepting death. And all of a sudden it's like, yeah, so this is my story. I told it to these random people, and now I made them into worshippers for someone who I was protecting. Damn. Never knew MapleStory went like that.
I didn't know you were that hard. You win. I'm not that punk. I like how the icon that they used for the assassin character when he says his little one-liner after being turned, they used the administrator picture. It's just like, man, I didn't know the administrator was that edgy.
Yeah.
It like makes sense. They are a moderator.
They are the moderator. Which mesos? I got like 6 mil of mesos.
Sophilioma.
Ooh.
What was that? Ooh.
So, whenever I do, because I prefer doing quests over Boston and all that.
Yeah.
And with this, I get like a replica kind of person of the gardener. And quote, an android that looks like Asha, gardener, allows you to access the general store functions via visit shop button in its equipment window. Must have heart equipped to operate. So it's like you could have your own mini
merchant.
Your own mini merchant, yeah.
Interesting.
Speaking about items, I need a
Yeah, I got a few of those like summon merchant and bank stuff on Guild Wars. Mostly use it just to empty my my stuff and get money.
Okay. I don't need these because my thin autofills just by themselves.
Hey. Been playing a lot of Immortal Phoenix Rising.
Okay.
It's like if Ubisoft actually made a decent game, but then it was also flavored off of Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
pretty good.
Nice.
I'm on this one fight where it's I rescued Athena, and she's back at the Hall of the Gods. She's chilling, and every time you rescue one of these gods, they usually have like an extra mission you can do that's supposed to be like extra hard.
Okay.
So kind of like end game stuff. But like the first one, I was able to complete pretty easy. It was like go to this one place, solve a puzzle, and I was able to do that. But with Athena being the god, one of the gods of war and judgment, she's like, when I was turned into the thing you rescued me from, I won't spoil it. She's like, go kill the thing that did the thing. I'm like, cool. Anything for you, queen. Athena's one of my favorite gods of the Greek pantheon. But so I'm like, I'll go do the thing. I get there and I get freaking body rocked by a giant purple chicken. And I'm just like, oh, I see. And I've been leveling and doing side missions and I keep coming back, and I last night got halfway through the fight, had to use up all my potions, and she flies up to the very top of a mountain that you're beside, and because you're technically still in combat, your stamina bar refills really slowly because there's like a combat phase and a auto combat phase with your stats. So when you're out of combat, your health and stamina instantly basically refills, whereas in combat your health doesn't refill unless you use a potion, and your stamina recharges every 2 seconds.
Okay.
And when you use attacks, that stamina bar goes into like overcharged, so like fills up completely red, and you have to wait like 20 seconds for the thing to go down to 0 so it starts recharging your actual stamina. And I'm like, bruh, why did you have to fly all the way up there? So I had to wait a minute for my stamina bar to recharge so I could climb the mountain. And as soon as I got up there, because it's a tiny space to fight, she punched me as I was trying to dodge out of the way of another harpy that it summoned, and it one-shotted me and I died. And it took me 20 minutes to get to that stage of the fight, and I was just like, yeah, no, I'm going to bed. I did I'm done.
Oh.
You're done? I'm done. So I gotta keep leveling up my my weapons. I also have to check to see if there's an achievement for beating that game on hard.
Probably.
Recently, a lot of games have been getting away from that. You just get an achievement for beating the game. It doesn't matter what difficulty. But that one is old enough it might actually still. Because I'm currently on hard difficulty. And on hard, basic monsters to fight and stuff, and even boss monsters aren't that hard to fight.
No.
It's actually pretty easy game. It's just that one damn freaking harpy lady is being a problem.
Then let me introduce you to Maple Story, my good friend. I joke.
Oh, that just folds into the cloth. That's not even a belt at all. Eh. Bump. Alright, that's painted. She's painted. And you have bare skin, so we're good on that. Okay, now we can get to the metallics. Bump, 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 bump. We do the metallics, and then we do the basing texture, and we wash it, and then they are basically done. Dump da dump. Dump 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 dump. Has anybody gone on their Minecraft kick yet? Their yearly 1 week Minecraft binge?
Eh?
It's a thing on the internet now and with YouTubers and stuff where everybody has a weekly or even two weeks time every year where they just get the craving for Minecraft again. It's kind of just become like the Minecraft was the original season pass game.
Gotcha.
So it's just like asking if anybody has had their Minecraft kick come in yet. Their time of the year.
I mean, if we had time to, we could have done our own stream as well, but you have that until like Thanksgiving in 13 days.
Yep. Also, I want to finish these for my game tomorrow. Yawn.
Do.
Yondis.
Yondu.
Oh, yeah. Bop. 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 Oh, yeah.
Alright, so how do I actually do this?
Normally you push a key on the keyboard.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
So anyways, I started blasting.
You scrolls on this.
Huh. Scrolly, scrolly, scrolly.
Say hello to the bard from a tavern's far, far away.
Yeah, there we go.
I've come to sing my song tonight.
Yeah.
You're welcome to stay. Put aside your fears and worries just for tonight. We'll feast and
on
drink
that shield.
together till the morning light.
Ba, ba, ba. There we go.
I've told so many stories and battles I've seen. I rode with mighty warriors, kings and queens, but none of them had coin enough to keep me for long.
Ah.
This road is long and a life is short.
Oofta.
Go along. Say hello to the bard from a tavern's far, far away. come to sing my song tonight. You're welcome, stay. Put aside your fears and worries.
Yeah.
Just for tonight.
Announced the new armies that are up for voting depending on how this season goes for Conquest.
Oh, nice.
We're either getting basically Eldar, mercenaries, or demons.
Okay.
But it seems very much that it's a tie between like the demon army and the Eldar.
Okay, so elves or chaos. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Or the free guild would be the
Free Guild is kind of like their own thing already.
but
Actually,
like
I guess yeah, it would be like Free Guild. It'd be the mercenaries would be Free Guild,
yeah,
and then the 100 Kingdoms would be the Empire.
Empire, yeah.
Empire / Bretonia.
Oh, that's something we could talk about. Old world models. More and more are coming in, which are nice.
Are they
They are
actually doing more?
previewed. Yeah, no, like every time I go to one of our local stores, I see a lot being sold, like, or on the
On
shelf.
sale?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they finally cracked the starter boxes to be individual units.
Here, one more.
I know they're also charging a lot for what they're worth.
I mean, it's Games Workshop. What are they on?
Freaking 20-year-old models. Yeah, I know they did allegedly go in and add some newer details and fix the casting sprues that or molds that they were made out of. But
There's
still,
like chaos stuff now.
oh cool.
Dwarves,
Yep.
goblins,
All right.
lizard, or not lizard.
Yeah, they're keeping the
Chaos
lizard.
ogres.
Actually, did they release Lizardmen as a faction?
I can't remember. Maybe.
Because I know everybody was like mad they didn't do Skaven in it and other ones because they're like, oh, we don't want to mix the games together. Ooh. But it's like, yet they still mixed. I think they did mix Lizardmen into it also. In the
Oh yeah, because the Seraphim and Sigmar, and then Lizardmen and Old World.
Yeah. Which is kind of dumb because the reason why they didn't do Skaven was because they didn't want people mixing up the two games. Yet they go and do that.
I mean, it's Games Workshop. Think they know any better?
Yeah, these are the guys who made a freaking servo skull with dry palette.
You can't get rid of that now, can you?
No. We could have had a portable like drill tool or a portable hair dryer for our models that looked like a freaking plasma gun. But Games Workshop was like, nah, make some of the shittiest tools we have on the market. And then they just went with that for the next 10 years. Until they made like those metal ones that we had last generation. And then they went back to making shitty stuff again.
Can she be? Oh, can't be enhanced. Okay.
I remember when MapleStory introduced like their first sort of like hero characters. So instead of like making your class and playing the generic story, you would select the special hero class. You'd start at I think like a higher level, and you'd play a
level
story.
100.
Yeah, you'd play a story mission, and then that was your intro.
Yeah. I remember that era. That's when I stopped.
And I remember playing the ninja character.
Wait, you actually played?
Yeah.
I never knew. I actually didn't.
A very long time ago I played. Because my friends at school were also playing it. But then I
Wow.
got Guild Wars, and they got Guild Wars, and then World of Warcraft.
Wow.
Yeah, I was playing Guild Wars. They're like, oh, we can't buy it. We don't have money because we're kids. I'm like,
Gotcha.
fair. And then my parents got into World of Warcraft.
Wow.
So I was playing the premium MMOs while all the kids at school were playing the free-to-plays. So I decided to join them, and I was like, this is cool, I guess, but not my thing.
Okay. Alright, let's see if I can take care of this frog once and for all. I highly doubt it. It would be nice, though.
A Fruge?
Yeah.
Why do you have to kill a Fruge besides to eat it?
Well, it's not to kill. It's like one of those moments like, oh, it's being possessed by some kind of dark power. Oh, we have to defeat it by... Yeah, one of those stories.
Banish the demon inside the frog.
Yeah, but this one's like a crystal on its forehead. I mean, Safari's so good.
Did you just say Safari so good?
No? Yes?
Okay.
Okay, he finally got back to me.
What do you say?
Lol, sounds McBrilliant.
His knight was Ronald McFondled.
Okay, I can get there from here. Yes. Go to Chinatown, yes. Pick up some more Ches.
Ches.
Even
It's
though
Ches.
But like, my goodness, one single thing is 4,500.
Welcome to the current market.
Mind you, it's been like that for years.
Yeah, dairy farming must be a hard profession.
Anyway.
I'm Ches, your psychologist.
Oh yeah.
Honk. Honk, honk.
Honk,
Stop honking, Dad. Honk.
honk.
Forget my favorite character of that entire show has to be it's the ventriloquist dummy and the freaking jester.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Mine has to be Weirdo.
Weird. Oh.
No.
That's
That is
Gaspo or whatever.
The
Shaco.
Shaco.
Yeah.
Weirdo is.
Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, my favorite running gag is the dude who keeps getting shot by an arrow and then a brick at the end.
Yep.
She takes her drugs and we tie her to the mast of the ship. Oh.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Show was really good.
It is.
Shields done. The shields are the worst part of these entire models.
Why would you say that to Spiel?
Spiel is best. If you need a deal, leave it to Spiel. But no, these damn shields are the bane of my existence for models so far. And that's excluding the frickin' old metal or exorcist and frickin' ghost art. Alright, you wanna know pain and suffering? Build one of those bitches and then gently put it on the table just to watch it explode. Because the temperature was
make them go dark?
A long time ago when the shop that we first met at was still open. Somebody asked me to help them glue it together one night because they couldn't figure it out, and I did. And it just like it was basically a temperature difference from wherever they put it back down, and it was just like fell apart.
Ah.
I will say, I like metal models when they're infantry sized. Paint some of this stuff just to add a little bit difference. Does she have a helmet on? She do. She do have a helmet. Yeah. She do be helmeting. Helmets be helmeting.
Helmets be helmeting.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's your take on the whole Warhammer community being up in arms at Games or Wizards of the Coast?
Okay. So I own an OG Mana Crypt. I own a Jeweled Lotus. But we should have saw it coming, without a doubt. Zero cost for stuff like that. So granted, joke's on us for not keeping an eye out for sure. But at the same time, people spending that much money for it, for stuff like that, I don't know. I'm like between yes and no.
Yeah, there was a lot of crying and agony at the warehouse.
I would imagine.
What I heard from people online.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, there were some words for the commander sets. Oh, these are level 190. Oh my. I'm going back to New City. Oofta.
Keep stabbing myself with these spears. I won't have to use blood effects.
Don't do that.
I try not to, but it seems that they have the ability to redirect themselves, so I hit them no matter what. Again, at least they're not Games Workshop freaking High Elf Spearmen where they just shatter every time you open up your army case. in the early years. In the before times. What army case do you like more? Do you like the modern day design of Games Workshop cases, or do you like the old design better?
Okay. I'm going to do a literal comparison, and others might disagree with me on this, and I could definitely see why they would. So, old one had their potentials just because of infantry, but only infantry. Current ones, but then third-party stuff like battle foam exist.
Yeah.
Where you could have stuff like raiders, Astraeuses, land raiders, so on and so forth. Because unless if you like knew somebody, you would have to like get yourself something from like a grocery store to like hold on to, and then that's where like the third party comes in with battle foam, because it's still the foam, but you need like a custom made
Case.
container to hold on to that foam.
Yeah.
So for infantry, yesteryears. Today's the cases that you get from battle foam and the official GW.
Alright. I'm gonna say I like the design and the usage of the original cases more. I like how they're not like as like they're definitely a lot longer, but they're shorter, so you can stack a lot on them, and they have more surface area to dissipate the weight. And having those individual like cells per each model was really nice to have. And the foam glue was actually pretty strong because it was made to hold metal. But
Right.
yeah, if you didn't build your vehicles in a certain way, or especially the newer models, they'd either take up double the amount of space in the case, or you'd have to not even put them in there. So in all, I like both cases for two different reasons. But I think if I had to choose the two, I like the original case better.
Yeah,
Like
original case better for like design and all that, but today compatibility for like holding stuff.
Yeah, if I had to choose like a case to put my stuff in today, I would definitely choose the newer case, just because you can fit the newer models in it.
Yeah.
And it can hold your army and stuff. But if I could fit that stuff, if I was saying playing custodians and stuff, you don't have a lot of tanks and stuff, I would go the old case design. But
without a doubt.
Yeah, but with the weird sizing of things and playing with a lot more larger creatures nowadays, the modern like 40k scene, those new cases are really good for a bunch of different games and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like they're really good vehicle transports and stuff. So I still have one of my OG cases that I still use for my infantry, especially with bolt action, because a lot of their stuff is still metal. And the new stuff has an issue because the foam's not glued down.
Right.
It crumbles when you pick it up, so all your metal models go crumbling into the center. So you need one of those old foam pieces for it. They don't fit in the new cases. So I have that, and then all my tanks go into the new foam. But yeah, I definitely like battle foam is the like best cases I've had.
Yeah.
Though I know a lot of people nowadays are starting to magnetize their stuff, so they're on trays.
Oh yeah, the magnetization.
Yeah, I'm doing that with my Conquest stuff.
Yeah. Speaking about owning old stuff, I got like 2 of the big Citadel model infantry holders. I think 2 of the small ones. And then I also have like the OG when it was new as well at the time. Sixth or maybe seventh edition paint holder. It was when that demon guy was their temporarily mascot.
Oh, when the Golden Demon was the mascot, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the hobby travel case?
I think that's the one.
Like it has like a little paint spot on it, holds your paints and tools and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the portable hobby station. They should have kept that. That was such a good idea.
Yeah. Now I can't remember if there was like a smaller and a bigger version. I feel like there was.
I think it was just the one size.
No, I could have sworn there was like different sizes.
I think later on they made like a smaller like paint carrier, but for like a portable hobby section that would hold your models and tools, I think it was just the one box.
Right, okay.
Okay, that's all the silver's done. Now it's on to the bronze. The bronze, James.
You beat me to it.
La brown. What is your favorite Citadel color?
I think I'm going to be basic and say lead belcher.
That is good. There's a reason why lead belcher is a thing. I gotta say, Mornfang brown.
Ooh, now that is a little bit nice. I can't disagree on that.
No other company has that color, and it's a really nice brown.
It is. I know there's like a website somewhere that has like official GW with comparison with their things.
Yeah, there's it compares all the different popular model companies so you can know what colors to replace them with what. And
Yeah.
Mornfang brown doesn't have any colors that compare to it.
Really?
Yep. At least at
I
the time
never
of making
knew.
of that chart.
Okay.
So. That and Mephiston red.
Oh yeah, I can't go wrong without Mephiston red.
It's basically done. What about you? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. The Minecraft movie.
No.
Way back in the mine. I have to fix that. Swinging our pickaxes from side to side.
I like how the fact that when doing one mission or one part of a mini story on Maple Story, my tombstone is just now permanently gold.
Huh.
Yep.
Side, side, side
Big
to side.
monkey.
Hands up. And
Alright, so I got that part done. Now I'll just wait until my...
Do you have that part done?
Yeah,
Do you?
I do.
There we go. That's the bronze done. Go back to this color quickly. Do 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 do. Can I get around? Somewhat. There we go. Back in the mine. Okay, now on to the gold. Gold, and I gotta do that.
I like gold.
I like gold.
That's an old. Alright. There's
Oldie but a goodie.
So many. Yeah.
We were actually just talking about Austin Powers today.
You guys were?
Yep. I don't know what brought up the conversation, but we started quoting stuff from the movie, and we're just like, man, we miss it. The peak of comedy, and then everything just went downhill in the movie world. Go. Fix that up. Any else of them have metal? Nope. Alright. Be way back in the mine. Side to side. Brightest of gold.
Jesus.
You're good on gold. What about you? You might actually be good. There we go. Gold under there. Gold on there.
Anyone new joining in? My name's Small Ookbeak, in other words, Small Snowy Owl. I enjoy shiny hunting, tabletop games, trading card games, and much more. Today, I am with Hellcat64. We were doing a podcast, but now we're just like doing our own thing.
Yeah.
I think we'll have more of a topic after I'm done LVO next year.
Don't scratch my bed.
Sorry, what?
The cat.
Oh. Oh, yes, and with us is my little princess Gigi.
A lot of metallics on these.
I feel like I've done this quest already.
You could have.
Oh well, XP is XP. You can't go wrong without XP.
XP to 3.
Oh, you know what I might want to do after the stream?
What?
Head outside to the balcony and do some good old whistling.
I see. Well, good luck with that.
What do you mean good luck with that? Look, I know I'm not much of a good whistler.
You're saying it ain't my background. So I'm fine.
I have no idea what you're on about.
There we go. Now it's onto the texture paint.
I'm just saying, some good old whistling at a good old night sky like this is very nice time to time.
Yes. Eat? Oh. If I get done this, we might load up TCG player and check that out.
Okay.
TGC sim or whatever. Or maybe work more on my my game.
Okay.
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. I kind of want to watch the Rick and Morty anime.
Same though.
Apparently Rick is not much of an asshole in that one. But again, it's supposed to be in a different universe anyways.
Oh yeah.
So the stuff I'm using for the texture paint is made by AK Interactive. They're some of the best for if you want alternative stuff that's not just paints. Like if Games Workshop never made texture paints or special tools and stuff, these would be the guys you'd go with. But they have a thing that's out now for mini paintings, and they're targeting it towards historical people that do mass armies like Napoleonics.
Okay.
And it's basically it's literally just a paint Sharpie.
Oh,
Yeah, they
that
just got.
sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's a paint pen, except for they made the tip and stuff be the size for miniatures. So I can literally paint on words with a Sharpie, and I no longer is it not painting. You can't do
Are
that.
you?
That's not painting. Ah!
That's what I was remembering.
Yeah.
Remember the same guy, but with like the primer that wasn't primer, but was primer.
Oh yeah. I painted or primed a Thunderhawk. Not a Thunderhawk. The one before it from Forge World. Like
I
it
thought
goes
you.
like
I thought.
Storm Raven, then this, and then Thunderhawk in
Oh
size.
yeah.
And I bought because I was playing Grey Knights. I bought some gray primer from like just basic. What's the generic paint brand? The rattle cans like Rust-Oleum, and I got a gray. Little did I know, the gray that comes out of this primer was the exact same color as the gray of the plastic that Games Workshop was using at the time. So when I primed it, I thought I missed all night, and I was like, what the fuck? And I went to go prime it again like next day, and I'm like, no, this is just the color. And then when I went to go play with against one of our friends, he asked me if I even primed the model yet, and I said yes, and he wouldn't believe me until I showed him the can. I think my favorite army, though, I've ever painted has to be my Army Men Guardsmen.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually doing that with my bolt action stuff.
Ooh.
I have so much of it, I'm just like, man, I cannot care enough to paint all of that. So I'll paint things that I'm interested in, but I'm basically just priming them their base color and leaving it as that.
Gotcha. Ooh.
Ooh.
Well, there's like a pair of boots that I just, my dog picked up. And to me, that's more of like sales pitch than anything. Just because,
junk
like,
to sell.
yeah. Because, like, my equipment as is pretty
Good.
good.
Yeah, in Guild Wars 2, I'm at the point where it's all about getting the correct gem sockets for PvP, which they kind of just give it to you anyways in PvP. Or if I was trying to push hard into PvE, I have to do my skill stuff, so like my smithing and forging and stuff to get like the god tier stuff. But I'm in the same situation. I'm happy with the gear that I got, and I do pretty well anyways in PvE, so I don't need to get it. I've been playing it since Guild Wars 1, and I don't have a legendary weapon on my account, which is a global achievement you get once you get it.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. It's either I spend like a year getting this thing, or I pay like $100 real life money to get it.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, yeah, no, it's not that important. And then you'd be like our friend we were just talking about with the gray primer, and he plays it day one and gets the precursor, which is the base item you need to start the quest, instantly from killing a Moa.
I was holding that in. I didn't want to bring that part up.
Dinkelberg. This is where I put my precursor, if I had one.
Every time I hear the precursor from that, it just reminds me of like precursor orbs from Jack and Dexter.
Oh yeah, that was a thing.
What do you mean that was the thing?
The precursor gem things. Orbs.
I must have picked up the necklace because I finished this quest.
Yeah. My stuff's drying out. It's being a real pain to add stuff on. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. A little bit more water. There we go. There.
Let's cheese the system.
Snow has been added. Now onto the dirt. The dirt.
Some selling, because why not?
Planet Earth, more like planet dirt.
So who's excited for the 14th year anniversary of the show?
You mean 15?
I didn't know. I'm pretty sure I mean 14.
I hear you, 15.
Yeah, no, I say 14.
You must be talking about two different shows, 'cause 15.
No. I'm talking about. I'm definitely talking about. Talking about My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
You must be misremembering.
No, I'm definitely not misremembering.
Go. Dirt. Filthy Earth Pony.
As it came out in 2010.
At 5 past 10 o'clock tower. Love that series. There's a dude who's been abridging the OG like Generation 3 ponies. It's the ponies are just stupid, and the two humans that they go rescue are the only competent ones. And the horses can't even remember the name of the human, right? Yet they can remember the little, like, her sister's name. So they have, like, a whole episode where it's just like, I feel bad, her name was actually this. So they throw a surprise party where they're just like, they all say her name. And then it's just at the very end, it's dead silent, and then she's like, and Ollie, and then it just cuts.
Oh my gosh.
It's such a dumb parody series, but I love it. That or I found one, it popped up on my channel the other night. And even for me, this series was like, well, buddy, you gotta cut back what you're saying. This is getting dangerously too spicy for it. Yeah, even for me, it was a little too spicy. But it's weird. In most parodies, it's like it kind of somewhat follows the show. It's like a parody of a parody, like the Dragon Ball Z parody.
Oh, the DBZ abridged.
Yeah, but like the abridge of the abridge that they did.
Okay.
It had vibes like that. So I was like, I'm watching it. I'm like, whoa, buddy, this is bad. And then it would like slap me out of it with like actual plot, story, and great art. And you're just like, what? When did this become good? Was this always it? And then it would slap you back to reality of what the show actually is. And it's just like the most disturbing, not disturbing shit ever. And you're like, okay, I guess I was just seeing things. Then it would slap you again with actual just content. And it's it's a whiplash of a ride of a show.
I would imagine.
And it's like, bruh. And I thought it was made like maybe 5 or 10 years ago on YouTube, and I was like, no, this was made yesterday. Like, what?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's like a content developer of the early Christian years, but written today. It's so weird.
Wow.
Okie dokie. I think they should be drying soon enough here. I'll zoom in on this. Woo! Try to get it in the light.
Junior Sentinel.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
There we have. Bear no dice. And donut. And since I'm here, I can show you. Unfortunately, did not get the orange one of this guy. Because they had a thing with the little goblin witch. If you, I think it was like 1 out of 10 was the odds, or like 1 out of 20, had a orange resin version of the model. And if you got it and you sent them a photo of it plus a receipt, they would send you the founder's exclusive model for that year to them.
Okay.
So if I would have got the orange goblin, I would have got the fish gnome riding the laser shark model.
Nice.
But I'm fine with it not being that. It's just a fun little display model that can actually replace one of your commanders in the unit.
Oh.
That's another thing I really like about Conquest. They do cool fun little things like that, where it's like it's not just another unit that they add on to the army or whatever, and whatever Games Workshop likes to do with named characters. It's an actual just like, here's a funsy model we do, and it just replaces one of the sergeants in your unit or your HQ.
Gotcha.
And my camera just went out because it probably overheated.
Oh dear. So all you're hearing is your voice on my end.
Yep, for now. We'll let it cool down. Yeah, it's overheated. That's just a thing you get, especially if you're not in a well-ventilated room with a proper... Like, yeah, if I don't have airflow in a proper room with these sort of cameras, they'll overheat. But it lasted like, ow. I just grinded my teeth on my other teeth. Oh, that did not feel good. I guess I'll turn this off. Boop. Ignore that. But yeah, it's just a thing that happens with DSL cameras, especially the cheaper ones.
Gotcha.
They'll overheat. But for now, I guess we can bring up. Where is it? Ow. Where is it?
Why are you hurting yourself, man?
There's a lot of cables around my arm, and I'm trying to do things, and I keep pulling on the cables.
Strange. I haven't seen any riffs that Deadpool's change in realities.
Ha. Let me... done. No, let me. Oh, because it's locked. That's why. It's like, why can't I change the size of this font? It's because it's locked. There we go. Can I change the color of it? Do black. Oop. Dunzo. There we go. But anyways, we're still here. The camera's just cooling off. Once it's cooled enough to run again, we will get back to it. But this gives me time to let my models dry. So, that's useful.
Gotta love the drying model.
Yeah, once it's done drying, we will get to adding the wash, which is just a mix of it's like 50% Agrax, 50% dark tone or strong tone from Army Painter. And then once it's dried that, we paint the base rings, add a little bit of dry brushing if needed, and they're done. And that should be the entire army done. And then it's just the project I'm working on, and then once that's done, it's whatever I am in the mood to paint. I have a lot of stuff I can do videos on, and I plan to do videos on, so yeah.
Now, are you going to be using models with a certain kind of skull, maybe?
What sort of skull? They're human shapes, so they have skulls, I'm guessing.
Well, it's a mechanical kind of skull. Okay. Oh dear.
Hello.
Did you hear what I said?
I heard.
Okay.
Did you not hear me leave?
Okay, I did. I'm sorry.
I clicked on a. Can I copy it? Maybe this will work. I clicked on a thing because I was checking a message in the Conquest Discord.
Gotcha.
And a picture popped up, and I'm like, this perfectly embodies my thought on the palette, the Forbidden Palette. There it is.
Yeah, right.
Except for if you remove the knot.
Oh yeah. I remember when they did their model specific looking model holder.
The first one or the second one?
One that looks like hold on.
Again, the first one or the second one? Oh, yeah, the second one.
Yeah, the second one.
Well, I guess... Are you cooled off enough there, camera? You're getting there. We're almost ready, and stuff's almost dried anyways. Oh, yeah.
Easy there.
Oh, yeah. Boy, the bird.
Oh, I might have to hold on to these two.
It's a jackal. Alright, my camera should be cooled off enough at this point. I'm going to give it just a little blast of air to quick it up, but I shall be right back.
Cool. I'm hearing some kind of weird noise in this. Oh, does that mean that I could go back here and tell the dog that everything's fine? Let's go see the guy first. Hope everyone's having a good day, night, evening, or wherever they're at. Brewing up a nice cup of coffee, cup of tea, probably even cracking a cold one. Goes back in orbit. Okay, good to know. Oh,
You were saying coffee and tea and stuff, and I was like, an orange juice or orange smoothie.
oh,
And then
oh
you
yeah,
said it's in orbit, and I was like, what do you mean orbit? And then I started singing Ocean Man.
yeah. My one chatter who tends to come here most of the time, Ghost, tends to have smoothie or boba.
Boba, hardly knew them. Hui, 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 hui. Wait. That tries. Actually come off its base. Or the paint handle holder. Doo boo doo doo doo. I didn't paint the fur. Oh, I can do that in the frickin' highlights set. I have time. Airbrush definitely helped with this. All the blue basically was pre-done by an airbrush, so it was just paint to the skin and everything else.
Okay.
But with that primer I bought for the new project, 90% of the models are just that color, so it's going to be, in theory,
Nice.
quick.
Yeah, that's with me and my white scars. Ooh, I sure hope I could manage this boss.
You can do it.
If I can, then that would be very nice. Alright, make a party. Get the doggo some food.
Doggos do require food. That do be a thing.
Okay, pink bean. Can I do this?
A baked bean.
No, I cannot.
A baked bean.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Oh, I should probably shake this up some more.
Maybe I can.
What are you trying to do?
Just trying to leave. No, I can't. I said no, I can't.
Or can you?
Yes.
There you go.
Go ahead. Hmm. Where's this at? Maybe not. Here. Wait a sec. Heck.
Okay.
Oh, maybe not. Oh well, I could just do this way.
Which way?
The old-fashioned way. Wait, did I just level? I think I just leveled.
Nice.
Oh my god, I just leveled. Wait, I leveled twice. Yeah.
There you go. All the wash has been added. Now it all just dries.
Wow, I'm almost at level 190. Let's go. Ah.
Hello. Oops.
Hello.
There you go.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, somebody did a thing. Yeah.
Ah, I
Thank
see.
you, Illich or Brush Studio. Thank you for the follow. You're catching me just finishing up my last. They call them stands in Conquest, if you're not too familiar with it. But the last stand of Valkyries that I'm painting for my new Nord army. And once these are dry, we're going to do some dry brushing in the base room, and then I'll go pull out the Valkyries and kind of put them out for display, take a look at them, and then I'm going to take a break to swap the setup to playing some video games and go seal them. And if you guys want, maybe I'll show off my army in a video on my YouTube. I mostly do YouTube, so thank you for checking out my Twitch. If you want constant stuff, check out the guy I'm streaming with, who's in the Discord call with me. He does stuff, but I mostly do YouTube, so I use Twitch to record long videos. So yeah, hopefully you're having a good night. If there's, with the brush in your name, maybe you were working on something in the past week or so. So
All right.
if there's anything that you're into that you're painting, I'd be interested to know. Or if you offer painting services and you want to share, your Twitter or your portfolio, if you do non-model stuff, feel free to post that in the chat. All I just tell everybody who's watching
new
is
joining in, my name's Small Uppeak,
let me
in other
mute him for a
words, Small
second.
Snowy Owl.
not
I
muting him
enjoy
because
Shiny Hunt.
not muting him because he's doing his thing. I'm just muting him so I can finish this quickly so I don't lose your attention. This stream promotes and supports local artists and online artist commissioners. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so if you have an Instagram, feel free to post it on here. The only rules I have with this chat is don't push sale pitches and don't push services unless asked, or share, Discord and personal names. But if you have any, Instagrams and stuff you want to share, go for it. Anybody in my chat, you're liable for yourself if you click links. But that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I have stuff. It's hard for me to just say what I mean. I have to kind of work my brain up to say it. So I am kind of a yapper in that sense. But yeah, that's what I was trying to say. But anyways, I'll unmute my stream partner here, and you guys can listen to him. He's playing Maple Story right now. So yeah. So the stuff is now drying.
Nice.
So I'm going to put my wash brush away. Boop. I still have one of the OG, quote-unquote new paintbrushes. I got this when these first came out.
Nice.
This medium shade brush, the black handled ones. Still have it. I think that's my oldest brush I have. And then my favorite brush I have is this boyo right here. This is my Chronicle Cards Wolf Hair Bristle brush. This is a number 2 brush.
Oh, that was the expensive set, wasn't it?
The second most expensive.
Gotcha.
This one's kind of like their everyday use brush. And then they have their Sable brush, which is their more high detail stuff. And then you go to the Kolinsky Sable, which is the most expensive brush besides Winsor Newton, I believe.
Gotcha.
But I've had this brush since they made them, and it's now just starting to get if I don't know if you can really see it, but it's starting to get a hook on the end. But I just use this stuff on all my brushes when I'm done with it. I try to not use this with metallics. Yeah, this stuff's really nice. It is
Nice.
just green tea. It's a green tea soap. really good for natural hairbrushes. I mostly use this for... I don't use it for the bulk cleaning, like if something's really filthy. I use the Burton beeswax brush stuff for that. Or,
Okay.
where is it? Or if it's really bad, or I used like pure Army Painter paint washes, which has a stain in it.
Okay.
I soak it in this stuff first, and then I use the Burn Bees cleaner, and then to clean off the rest / make a point, I use this stuff.
Nice.
So, and that goes. I guess as we wait for that to paint, we'll just, maybe apply. Where's? Oh yeah, I don't have I have this brush right here. Let us apply, I guess, a primer to this little goblin model we had. So we're currently painting. My foot.
Oh, maybe this time.
Oh,
Maybe
Lodi
this time.
coming.
Aw, not this time. I got him halfway though.
Nice.
You know what? There's no penalties for this one.
Is he like a story boss or something?
No, just like a side mission, or
A side boss?
majority of this game will be side bosses, no matter what.
Yeah, side hoe.
Yeah, this guy's going to be a bit. Sorry, Timmy.
Little Timmy, no.
It's a cute little demon too, or like a little like Japanese kind of demon.
Little Timmy did fall down the well.
You know, I think with him, I think that was the case. I can't fully remember.
Freaking hearing like demons and falling down the well and little Timmy, it's reminding me of the Hell of a Boss mini-sode of the girl
We
that
still need to watch the new one.
we do. We can do that when we're done.
Yeah, when we're done the stream. I was about to make a joke. So that's the stream, but no, we're enjoying ourselves.
Yeah, I'm almost done.
You're almost done.
Yeah, I just got to finish these models, and then that's basically it.
I've been almost streaming for 3 hours. Almost.
Brush on primer. Dum bum 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 bum.
And this freebie XP thing is very odd, but I'm not against it either.
What do you mean?
So it's a new to me. It might be coming around yearly. I'm not 100% sure. Or it might be very, very, very new. Where you apparently just do stuff and then you just get XP for... I'll kind of show you once I have time to be at space.
But they basically introduced dailies into the game.
Well, they've been doing that for a while now, but it's just this weird new mechanic where it's like moment Hennessy's. Here we go. All right. Hold on. No. Bad bot.
Be gone, bot.
Anyway, so I haven't done anything. Event is just an event,
Yeah.
and all you do is just collect XP.
Uh,
That's it.
interesting.
That's like 3 bots in today's stream. God damn. I don't like it.
I don't like it. I've barely ever got those bots.
Aren't you lucky?
It's probably just the tags. Those bots are probably looking for like whatever's the hottest tag at the moment, and if you have like VTuber in there, it probably sees that.
Probably.
Down the cat goes.
Okay, so you're just a bee. Okay.
B. This suitcase of bees will help. There we go. I like paint on primer because it can show you, especially on resin models, where there's still flaps of what's the word, mold lines and stuff without wasting primer left from a spray can. But
Thinking about more comments and whatnot. I do have another list that I do want to show you. But I'll show you.
oh, it's even on a magnetic base. That's hilarious. Well, that's done. Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? I saw you, you bingus. Yeah. Can't dry on like that, like me. On. There we go. Yeah, that's good enough. Let it dry and then I can apply black to it for the reverse zenithal. There we go. That goes into the donut to be held.
All right. So far, so good with this quest.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
Is it this card that's causing it to... It is.
Anyway, huh?
Wondering why my the lighting on my camera is wonky. Like, why is it looking really dark? And it's because the card that I have in the background was reflecting the light. And because the eye of the camera sees the light, it focuses really hard, so it like closes the eye, the iris, which makes it look really dark.
I see.
Yes. So, cool. Okay. I should go in here. Just pick out all the wash that's kind of overflowing places.
Oh, I'm at the very last song of this playlist.
Good thing or a bad thing?
Both?
Hi, cat.
Now I just have a good opportunity to put on Chill Hop.
Well, those are still technically drying. I can apply the base ring. Bippity boppity boop. Who the fuck is Tingus Pingus?
There we go.
Rawhide Ringo rides again.
Oh, you're listening to the music?
No, it's just remembering stupid stuff.
Ah.
Hey.
I just got one-shotted.
Oof.
The very first song of this one is Loaf.
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 You okay there, cat?
Is she okay?
She made the forbidden noise.
The beatbox?
Yeah.
Oh,
And then, but as she was laying down,
oh dear.
so I don't know if that was her hitting the box or if that was her.
Okay. Yeah, this might have to wait still. Let's go.
Let's go! Yahoo! Mario, you got to do your taxes.
Do I feel gutsy for doing the frog again? Maybe.
The Fruge.
Wait, do I have stuff to sell? Yes, I do. Hold on.
No, please, I pay my taxes.
Oh, please. I pay my taxes.
Yoshi. Did you know allegedly, I don't know how real this is because I'm not from there, allegedly taxes in America after they became independent was introduced as an emergency thing to get money into their reserves, but then they never got rid of it. It was supposed to be a semi to non-permanent situation.
Temporary.
Yeah.
Huh. Odd. Interested, but okay.
Never take our freedom. You okay there?
Yeah.
Just lay down, baby girl. Just slip. Just slip. There we go. Base rings have been painted. Oh, I am not okay, apparently.
Dear.
I think that's it. Now we just wait for it to continue to dry, which we can cheese it. We don't have a hairdryer, but we do have one of these.
Oh, now these are a bit of a challenge. Let's go.
We could also bring out our airbrush too. Airbrush might actually help better, because I can actually control the air. Okay. Hopefully we don't blow a fuse.
But then.
Now, normally you'd want to use a hairdryer for this, because the heat dries the paint. The reason why I like using air for washes is that it after you leave it dry for like 10 minutes, is that it pushes the paint around and kind of gets into those crevices, and the stuff that's already kind of drying is tacky, so it kind of sticks to it. And of course, if there's a lot, it'll blow it off. So like if you do it on a surface you don't care about getting, or in an area where you don't care paint gets everywhere, you can kind of use the air to kind of redirect it, and the excess just blows off. And I find an airbrush, if you have it, the air set right, has enough to blow the stuff out, but is also gentle enough to push the stuff into the cracks without getting everywhere or you losing all your wash.
Wow.
Yeah. Do not blow a fuse. We're good.
That's good indeed.
So with that, it should be a little bit longer. Like a minute more, and it should be dry enough to dry brush. Except for this bitch, but she's actually good enough as she is. She doesn't need to be dry brushed on the shield, so she's actually safe to dry brush. She's safe. I'm gonna layer her. And how about you? You should be fine. And you're fine. You barely have any wash on you. Thanks, so they're good. We can now get to the dry brushing stage. And for dry brushing, we use the dry brush that I always use, which is... if I can get... there's the
This
label.
one.
There we go.
I don't know. I just wanted to say this one.
Focus. There we go. Terminus Stone. I just like Frank's Red Hot Sauce. I put that shit on everything. This is my go-to color for dry brushing. Use it with a glaze and it naturally acts like a contrast. Use it with contrast and it works. Just apply it against the model lightly and it just highlights metallics.
Okay.
It highlights metallics without losing too much shine. It's just a good color. Trying to be careful to get in between here because these Valkyries have really bad contact points for their shields. So any wrong little or pressure I put onto them will like crack the shield off. So I normally glue it to the contact point on the pants and on the arm.
Okay. Okay.
So she's dry brushed. Weedle, 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 weedle. Weedle, 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 weedle.
Let's see, Professor. Yeah. Okay.
Gotta resist the urge not to put the dry brush into the water. I'm not doing a wet blend dry brush, I'm doing a powdery dry brush.
Oh.
It's still wet. you can also... Oh, okay, I gotta go onto here. We'll do this.
Oh, I know this quest.
Oh, boy.
Oh, not you,
He's in
buddy.
a giant floating cereal bowl. Do this.
Path of time, too.
Up and up, up. Interesting.
Oh, yeah?
Show me their website. Show me their name. Oh, this guy. I've seen this guy before. Why didn't it work? Do they have to be online for it to work?
Or what now?
There we go. I got it to work. A person that was in my chat, I tried to shout them out,
Ah.
and it wasn't working, but now it did.
I think it's just... The only way that really works is if both people are streaming.
It worked, and he wasn't streaming.
Oh, weird.
I guess I just think it's how I where I copied the name from it, didn't read it as like me typing something.
Ah. Yeah, that's so weird. I could have sworn I did these quests. I mean, I'm not against the XP. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it was like in Shining Renaissance or Renaissance, whatever. I did some quests in the main city, and then finished them, continued the story, and then I came back to the town because of the story, and I saw there's a bunch of new quests. I took them, and then I went and did them, came back, did that again, and I was like, wait a moment, did I do this quest like already? And then yeah, it was just, it kept giving me the same quests over and over again, which was weird. Though there's one that I like to do, which is funny. It's the little girl that lives in the inn. She has a recipe of some secret sandwich she makes, and so if you bring her the ingredients every time you're in town, she'll make you a new sandwich if you used it. There we go. Get light. Yeah, well, I tried. And that's them all dry brushed. Look at all these chickens. Wipe off this brush now. That's done with.
Plenty of robotic hearts.
And now onto a little bit
Okay.
of layering I may need to do. there's much I need to do.
I picked up. Oh, the hat that I'm already wearing.
I think I am good with this. I think I'll just add some tufts to their bases. But and if I ever want to again, I can always come in and touch up stuff. But I'm good. What about her? She was the one I did not dry brush, so she's the one I need to actually layer.
Need to do quick. Just need to do a quick check on something.
Boats and hoes. Skin done. Oh yeah, the furs, that's what I needed to do. But before we do that, let's do the leathers.
All right.
You're back.
Yeah. Just quick check on something. Speaking of, I need to feed the puppers again in the game. You know, hold on. Unequip my hat. Do that. Come here. Wait, hold on. Which one is you?
Unequipping the baller cap.
The hat.
Ballin', but at what cost?
Man, I miss OG scrolls.
Why did they change?
So, OG scrolls back in the day gave you the chance of like raising one equipment, hat, gloves, so on and so forth, right?
Yep.
But unlike today's traces, it was very random of however you found it. So maybe you found an intelligence scroll, maybe you found a dexterity scroll, maybe you found a scroll that was meant for speed, maybe one for extra XP, so on and so forth.
Yep.
And just like traces, you go ahead and enhance that item that you choose. But now it's just like you could do that on every one of them.
There we go. Fur painted on her. Any of the others have fur? Just you. These aren't my best painted models, but there's like 24 of them, and when they're together you're not going to notice the fine details. And then even if I want to play the skirmish version of this game, I have more better painted skirmish models for it anyways.
Okay.
Which is another thing I really like about Conquest. Their main game is their rank and flank game, but then they also have like an Age of Sigmar version, which uses all the exact same models.
Right.
That's why the models are separate and they're not all like glued together on the movement trays.
Gotcha. Can't go wrong with some chill hop in the background while just chilling with your friends or chat. Just chilling in general is nice. Brewing a nice cup of coffee, tea, beer even.
Fine. What about you?
Got him with your best friend. Showing him a Circle Skull palette. For those who don't know, earlier today, or on earlier stream today, he showed Hellcat a very funny looking palette made by a company. And no, it's not an April Fool's one, it is an official one. And he just lost his mind.
Yep. Don't fall over.
Something fell over, apparently.
No model that he was painting.
Oh dear.
There we go. With that, they are done.
Nice.
So, what time is it? Yeah, it's that time. So I think, personally, I'm going to be done on my side. We're going to raid Upik. So if you guys want to continue, you can go watch them play some MapleStory. If not, thank you all for stopping by. I'm going to head off now, clean up, get these models sealed so I can build my list for tomorrow. I have a game. And then I will start that part of the video where I'm showing off the box and building the models, and you guys won't hear from me until a couple of weeks from now.
Oh, also, I almost forgot, just because we are still part of our podcast.
I'll put that warning in at the end when I edit it.
Okay. All right.
But for those who are on the live stream, we do not suggest or condone, whatever the word is, drinking and driving. So if you have been drinking and you are somewhere else, but you're watching the stream, so you're most likely at home. But if for some reason you're out and about drinking, please make sure to have a safe ride home. Drinking and driving kills more than others things, besides, specific things, but it does kill. And we on the podcast think it is cool to be a designated driver.
So either call up a friend, call up a family member, call up an Uber if you have to.
Bars usually have taxi services around there, so you can get somebody to
Yep.
get you a ride, or you already have plans. But yep. Anyways, it's the PSA at the end of these. We normally have a better, more in line one that I play at the end of each podcast, but I'll input
This is for the streamer ones.
Yeah, I'll have it in the actual video on YouTube when I edit it this next couple of days. Yeah, thank you all for stopping by. We shall see you next time.
Bye-bye. On his end, anyway. Well, here I am. Just finished on...